How's it going, everybody? This is Louis, the Average Guy 1983. Thank you very much for joining me on this video, man. Today's video is going to be a nice one. I'm going to be doing the final range test on the GSPACE Mars 11 GT. We're going to be riding in speed 5. I normally do not like going this fast, but I'm doing it because of the, some of the small amount of riders that were saying that, they would like to see like a maxed out speed limit type thing. So I figured, okay, I can kind of make a little bit of an exemption there, and maybe what I'll do is go with the flow of traffic up to the maximum speed limit allowed on the scooter here, which is about 55 miles an hour, give or take. So I did want to let you guys know that I do have my tires set to 50 psi for the front and the rear tires. That is very important when you're doing a range test or just going out. Make sure that you have your tires properly inflated so you don't have any issues with the tire coming off the bead of the rim if you have it too low. So if you have your tire pressure set to like 32 psi, please consider raising it to maybe at least 45 psi just to make sure that you're at a much safer spot when it comes to the tires. So some of the mods that I did on this scooter that you might be able to notice right away is that I added a 2-channel dash cam from LBW. This is the model MT600 Pro. So let me show you guys how that looks like. There you go. That's what that looks like. And the screen is not super bright, man. So just keep in mind that you're still going to be able to see things, but it's not super bright. In the nighttime though, it looks pretty clear, so I really like it a lot. When it comes to the 3 LBW models that I have, the 5-inch that I've been always recommending to you guys, this new MT600 Pro and the MT700 Pro that I have on the Teveron, I still recommend the 5-inch because the 5-inch has a much better resolution on the screen. We're talking about 2K resolution at 30 frames per second, so it looks much clearer at night, less blurry. On this one, I kind of noticed a slightly like Vaseline effect on the screen. So though it's a nice screen and everything, I still recommend the 5-inch LBW because you can record at a much better resolution and have a better way of getting license plates if needed. The other little mods that I've done was I did added this GPS thingy. It could be moved around a little bit, but I put it on this way. But you can actually like answer your calls, switch on over to like different stuff on there. Obviously the snapshot is saved, but you can also push this little button and you can switch to Android Auto, the main screen, and back to the camera without having to touch the screen. So this is really convenient. So you can see that I did a layout change here. I do have the buttons changed off for my liking. The most important ones are the turn signals and horn, right? And then the second one, like you can kind of see here, is the buttons for the actual speed limits and stuff, which I usually just set it to whatever speed limit I'm going to use and then control it from the thumb throttle. The thumb throttle too was more in, and I decided to move it to the edge right here of the handlebar, so it's much easier to use, and again be able to just use these 2 fingers for basically being able to easily push on the brake lever whenever I need to slow down. So you may have to change out your own layout when you get your GT or GTR. Just keep that in mind. Other than that, I do have the scooter at 84.5 volts. I just turned it off to make sure that we use all the juice up for the actual range test. Next thing you can see is the JBL Extreme 4. This speaker was on the Raton bike, but I did remove it because I sold the Raton LM Ultra to a friend. So I removed the JBL speaker and also the quad lock mount. Now I have the quad lock ready for the Onyx RCR ADV. Whenever I do end up buying one, I'll have it for that. And I do have the car grade horn. Like you guys can see here, the button, it is lit up. And basically this one here has a little horn buzzer, and this one here has the car grade horn. So this is what it sounds like. See that? So that's what that sounds like there. On the back, you can see that this is where I put in the dash cam for the rear, or the camera. Only problem is that I made this custom bracket, but unfortunately because it's made out of ABS, it does vibrate and it moves a little bit. So I don't like this, so I might have to find some kind of metal one that will be more solid and maybe a little bit more higher off the area here, just so it can have like better visibility. But when it moves like this, it does vibrate on the screen and it kind of affects what I can see behind me. But this will do for now until I can figure something else out. When it comes to the way it was installed, super easy. So I gotta give GSPACE a shout out here because the way they designed the scooter, they made it so easy to work on. I did not have to remove the deck, so I'm super happy about that. Like you can see right here, the way I installed the camera wire is traveling inside of this area right here, and it's going all the way across, and out from here. Check that out. It's coming out right out of the same side here, and I just have the cable traveling up to the main bag where all the wire harnesses are at. All right, so talking about the cables for the cameras, here it is. You can see the DVR rear, the power cable, the remote key, and then obviously this next cable here is for the front camera. It is actually inside of this Vsett dual stem bag, and inside of the bag you can see all the wiring, kind of, if I can get this to light up a little bit. And in here you can see the battery pack that I'm using. USB-A is being used for the dash cam, and the other power cable that's in the back here that you can kind of see right there is for the car grade horn. Up in the front we have the front camera, which mounted perfectly on top of here. It hasn't moved or anything like that. It's been perfect where it's at. And then right here is where I have the car grade horn. So right here is right at the front. I did have to make a custom bracket out of ABS plastic, the same plastic I'm using for the rear dash cam. And I did use ATV heavy duty posts. These are for Bluetooth speakers, but it worked for the stem, and I have it mounted. Now the downside to this is the fact that these brackets right here, which I have to keep turning up the brightness of the screen, I can't use this anymore to like drop down the stem because this is in the way now. So unfortunately I can't drop it, but it's fine for me because when I go to group rides, I usually ride there, especially when I go with Glendale PV. If I go with Alley PV, I take the train, so it's not a big deal. I'm happy with the way it is. The other little mods I've done has been the Acrunu light. I'm always recommending this light because I've never had any problems with it. It lasts for hours, you know, like being on under setting number 1. I have a custom bracket. I'm not using the original bracket for the dash cam. This is because this one has a locking mechanism here with the little screw and the little like dot in the middle, which is to like do anti-theft, and it mounted perfect to the same stem, so I didn't have to do any changes or add a second one like I do for the LBW 5-inch model. So this is again the MT600 Pro. It's a nice dash cam. It is removable, so you can remove the harness and take this with you if you really want to, so that's not bad. So pretty cool for that. That's pretty much all I have to report. I can show you guys here how I have the handlebar set up, so you can see that I did move the buttons around here so that I can have the main buttons that I need, the turn signals, the horn. The least stuff that I use is going to be stuff like the buttons for the shifting of the speed modes. And then over here on this side, like you guys are able to see, I have the thumb throttle right at the edge of the grip to be able to just use this really easily. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Alrighty, my friends. So in today's ride, I'm going to be going with the flow of traffic up to the maximum speed limit allowed on the scooter. I'm going to try to make this video as short as I possibly can. Now that you guys got to see all the mods and everything, I really wanted to show you guys how all of that is set up. And now we can go ahead and put on the helmet, switch on over to the Insta360 Ace Pro, and get going on our ride. Let's see how much we get. Alrighty, so before we go, the goal here is to follow the rules of the road. When it comes to any stop signs, stop for 3 seconds and proceed as long as it's safe to do so. When it comes to traffic lights, do not run red lights and stay on the right side as much as possible unless I have to make a left turn somewhere. Then get on the left lane. So now that I'm explaining that, let's go ahead and get going. All right, here we go. So the voltage goal, just like last time, is to get this scooter down to 74.4 volts, which is the 60% mark, and then bring it back to the Highland Park area, and basically right around the area until I drain the battery down. However, it's not 100% safe to be doing this, draining it down to almost zero, because you're putting the battery at risk of it, failing when it comes to the BMS system on it. So this is why last time I said to leave, this kind of crazy stuff to people like us that are content creators so that we can give you guys a point of view. And if you ever need to use the entire battery all the way down to 0, at least you'll know what you get. So in speed 3, going up to 27 miles an hour, I got 51.6 miles of range. In speed 4, going up to 37 miles an hour, I got 34.8 miles of range, which wasn't that bad, or 38.4 miles of range, almost 40. And with this one, I'm expecting maybe 28 to 30. That's what I'm going to assume. So if I can get like 28 to 30 miles an hour, that's excellent. So what I'm going to do here is cut the video here and officially take you guys over to the half point, as close as we can get to the half point, and then hit the record button so you guys can see how the scooter's doing. I'll report back and everything, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, my friends, let's do this. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so we made it to the city of Irwindale. The speed limit has capped at 53.0 with 74.0 volts on the speedometer information and the voltage. So we're definitely going to be turning around to head back now. We got a total mileage so far of 13.7 miles per hour. So the scooter's been doing pretty good for its grade A battery that it has, 72 volts, 33.8 amp hours. So not bad for what it's doing, pretty damn good. So let's go ahead and start heading back. Again, you know, because of the voltage, it's now reduced to 53 under the display. I'm not sure what it says under GPS, but that's just something to keep in into account when it comes to the scooter. And again, I am a 288-pound rider, 5'6", and I am wearing safety gear. So yeah. With that said, my friends, let's cut the video here. Yeah, it does say slow down, sorry. So yeah, let's go ahead and cut the video here, and then I'll update you guys once I get closer to Highland Park and see how the scooter is doing. But so far it's been doing pretty good. Now we got 14.1 miles in on the ride total, and it's been doing really good. All right, my friends, let's do this. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and we're in the city of Highland Park. I've been riding around for a bit. We got the 06 error code there. You can kind of see it there on the screen. We got a top speed of 23 miles an hour now, and a voltage of 60.08. So we definitely dropped this thing down. I'm gonna go ahead and pull over to the side so I can tell you guys what the total mileage is, and we'll go from there. So let me switch on over to my cell phone, and I'll give you guys the info right now. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and this is going to be concluding the video here on the GSPACE Mars 11 GT. So how much did we get going up to the maximum speed limit? 32.4 miles of riding. That's not freaking bad, man, especially for riding with the flow of traffic up to 55 miles per hour. So how much did I actually get to go? Like how fast? If you push the M button one time, just like that, you can switch it over. I got an average speed of 26 miles an hour and a maximum speed limit of 54 miles per hour. And I realistically did go up to 54 miles per hour. So not bad for what it did, man. So that's pretty good. And we got the 52.7 volts. That's around the 10 to 5% mark. So not bad. And we did a total ride time of 1 hour and 13 minutes. So not bad, man, not bad at all. So 32.4 miles going up to 55 miles per hour with the flow of traffic, with a 72 volt 33.8 amp hour battery with the rider that's 288 pounds. Not bad, huh? Do not underestimate the GT model just because it has a smaller battery than the GTR. This is a great scooter, and I hope that if you're interested in buying the scooter, that you support the channel using the link in the description and taking advantage of my discount code TAG193 to get $100 off on the scooter. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, man. I think it did pretty good for what it is, and now I'm just going to go ahead and cruise it back home, just walk it, and hopefully I'll be able to get home pretty fast. Alrighty guys, I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for joining me. Peace for now.